Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another Randomised Gaming live stream with me, your Randomised Gaming host, Random Gamer Riven. Yes, it's the second of our 3 streams a week at the minute, and this stream I will be looking at the indie, sort of arcade action rogue space shooter, which is known as Novadrift. Now, this is a pre-release version. It's due to come out next week. I was debating whether to stream it next week, but maybe if it updates, I'll do a video on it next week, see what they add in. Supposedly the story mode and campaign mode and a number of features are coming in a week or two's time. But before I say any more, I should just say that I once again would like to express a thank you to the publishers, Pixeljam, who kindly provided us with a Steam key to actually look at this game. But of course, as always, I do need to let you know that they provided us with a Steam key for free. So we're actually... So just to make you aware, we were given a Steam key for free in order to look at this at request of by request of the publisher, Pixeljam. But I do have a free rein on my comments and what I say, as always. So we'll be looking at this. As I said, I think this is in... It's close to development. I believe it's due to release next week. So I think there's some features that are coming in the next few days. So they're not currently in this build. Actually, I'll just turn up the volume a little bit. I think it's quite a quiet game. Got some very subtle music. Basically, this is, I think, it's a modern take on Asteroids, that iconic arcade game that it was Atari, wasn't it? Asteroids. I think a brain freeze minute. So we've got game start, learn, mechanics. Now, I do think quite a bit of the game is still locked out at the minute, but it is available to buy now on Steam. It's currently in basically, the pre-release stage, but it's about to release in a week or two. So you see there are challenges, lots to unlock in this as you go along. I'm actually using the mouse, but I should be trying the joypad. As I much prefer the joypad. No mouse, go this way. Let's just park the mouse up there for a second. There we go, that gets the mouse. I want to get the mouse off screen without and keep the... Okay, so unlocks, I've just looked at. Change log. Ooh. I think the mouse and joypad are currently fighting out. Okay, so this version I'm looking at is actually updated December the 2nd. 2020. Okay, so this is actually, they haven't actually released this version. Okay, so yeah, so obviously there's going to be quite a major update, so I'll probably cover it in another video next week as well, just as an FYI. So there is going to be changes between this version now and the version you'll see in a week's time. So we've got start, practice, unlocks are not earned, wild metamorphosis. This cannot be disabled during an early access. Yes, so this is the early access. So suppose there's a story mode. Danger, all these stuff are locked out still at present. This early I mean, really this is quite more like a demo if I'm being honest by the looks of it, but we'll give it a whirl. So here we go. Okay, so I've got analog spin, shoot and thrust. So very, very similar to Asteroids, really. Here come the baddies. Press Y to ready upgrade, so we can upgrade. Game supports mouse and keyboard, and it also supports joypad. I'm playing with an Xbox 360 pad. Let's upgrade. Weapons. Take split shot. Okay, another upgrade. Already this feels like a game you could be playing in a sort of 90s arcade. Late 90s, I suppose. Reminds me a bit of a few of the sort of trendy Dreamcast games you had during the early 2000s. Now, will this be as good as Space Oscar Charlie we streamed last night, which was very, very good. But just to the record, I think I'm going to look at Dandy Aces on Thursday, because that release is actually on Thursday. And all the games I'm looking at this week we've been provided with Steam keys to look at, so... When firing your weapon, there's 8% chance of being empowered, 50% increase. Let's go with that one. Okay, so targeting. I see we've got a carrier, look. You almost have like an... I wouldn't necessarily say... I think the developers are saying it's sort of RPG-ish. I would say this is more sort of evolutional, the pouch you pick. This reminds me of... Ooh, some of the evolutional... Oh, I'm liking this. I've got little fighters to help fight off the enemies. This is nice. It's nice to actually have some enemies capable of dealing with the enemies. Normally the options stick close to you, but here this one they're actually actively hunting them down. Let's go for another upgrade. We have what appears to be snakes in space. Already on wave 25. just upgraded the hull. Upgrades seem to come pretty thick and fast, so certainly at this point. And it's nice. So yeah, this is like Asteroids. It's basically a single screen game, whereas everything when you go off screen. I'm already at wave 30. I'm surprised how quickly the waves. Weapon damage and project velocity. That basically means I'm improving my DPS. Ooh. I'm trying to avoid ones with the negatives. But the ones with the negatives often give you additional perks, so you can either sort of follow a more simpler thing or go with ones with more buffs but give you disadvantages as well, or change how you play. But definitely having lots of features allows you to change. Oh, I did just... Okay, health bar in, which probably means only one thing. It's boss time! Ooh, ooh, we don't want to lose our shields. And bang goes the boss. Wave 40. I'm actually wave 45, so. Controls are very smooth, that I will say. If you haven't played inertia spaceships before, you basically have inertia as you move around, so you can basically glide. I always like this type of classic controls. It gives you a projectile size, blast radius, weapon damage. Yep, that looks good to me. Basically, make everything bigger and do more damage. That's good. Just deciding what to do next. Calibrating. Reduces projectile speed, improves projectile target. Increases total. Okay, let's go with calibration. Let's do mines. Oh, that's... Singularity detected. That I don't want to get hit by. Here we go, unlocking ranks. I didn't realise that was going to take me out so quickly. So we're unlocking mods, ranks. I can get salvo. So we get unlocked body gear unlocked. Hyper boost power unlocked. Challenge mode unlocked. Danger zone. And there we go. I should say this is due to release in 2020. It was developed by Chimeric, as you can see there. It was created by Jeff Nelson with audio by Miles Tillman, published by Pixeljam Games. Yeah, so there you go. So Krill Mix obviously made the two developers, and Pixeljam is the publisher. So if I go to unlocks, this shows me what I've unlocked then. Features. Challenge mode. Okay, so we've unlocked one. We've got some new gear. Mod trees. Super mods. Wild mods common. Wild mods rare. I see, so there's... Okay, that's interesting. You've got common and rare mods. Danger zone. Highway to... Let's up the difficulty a bit with those two mods in. Highway. Better not start singing. Get content IDs on various things. But yes, we are entering the danger zone in this one. Quite literally by setting up some tougher mods. Okay, so it's a very well put together shooter. Controls easy. Graphics are a simple but nice visual style. We do have quite a good, although they kept it quite plain looking, there's still quite a good use of colour. Vastly more than, say, in this sort of early games like Asteroids. And the background keeps changing as well, which is a good sign. You're not... It's all constantly moving and misty as we go through the way, so some very nice touches there. I believe at the minute this is just releasing on... Let's try weapon change gear. Let's go salvo this time. Go Shield Halo as well. So we've got Engineer. Can't remember which one I took last time. Firefly. Do Firefly this time round. Oh, I see. This is an interesting one. This doesn't want you to charge it. I see. This is a very different two. I can basically charge up and then unleash havoc with the salvos, so... Adds or improves projectile targeting. Those sound effects are reminding me of the ZX Spectrum for some reason. Okay, so what we got? Plus 40% passive regeneration. Yeah, let's go with that. So yes, my ship is very different in this playthrough to what it was in the last one. See if I can do further. Different enemies from the get-go. This one was... As we start drifting past planets in the background as well. I'm gonna go, so I'll, ooh, rare mod while spontaneous generation. So gear change allows us to change weapons. I'm going to stick with the weapons I get. The world plus 3% damage taken from enemies. That means you take more damage but also dish more damage. Yep, let's go with that. Maybe you stare into the void and the void stares into... I see, does that mean you can ignore an upgrade in the void? But we've got a different type of drone ally this time. I felt I needed to get something because... Magnitude, yes please, that's a good one to take. Took it before, but if it's all good, I'll take it again. Okay, this weapon does a lot more damage than the other one. Burst fire. Wild mod drone specialist. Wild mod drone special. Let's take Warpath there. So how many shots can I actually hold at any one point? I see, so but the problem is you actually unleash the whole burst in one go. So this is effectively this shot. Revelation. Okay, so that means the next wild recruited mod I get will get 3 times instead of once. That effectively gives me a level up of there he goes. Downside with this fire mode is that I have to wait for it to charge before I can really unleash havoc, so... And there it goes. Propulsive munitions. And there's the body carrier. No, I'm going to stick with the current. I'm going to stick with the weapons I take. Let's do that one. This is going to be an interesting one. Okay, that mod has absolutely ruined my ability to fire straight. I'm now shooting from behind in effect. Plus I don't mean anything chasing behind me now, so I can run from things and literally take them out with my backside. Okay, this was the thing that got me before, although the waves are different this time around. Okay, I will say it's a little confusing when I'm spinning around and have the back there, it's a bit messy. I can also choose to re-roll mods if I don't like them. I actually just stick with them. Let us live dangerously. Nope, don't want that one. So I've basically just enhanced every enemy in the game with the... And that time we outrun the singularity as well. Yeah, when you're on the edges, it can be a bit confusing as to where you're going to be going. The NPC's becoming a bit of my nemesis. Okay, new mod trees unlocked. Stabilization, extra rerolls unlocked, +1 rerolls per game. I've not actually used rerolls, I think only the once. But in case you don't like any of the upgrades, I think sometimes it's... That one was much better than my previous one. Game starts, so let's turn off danger zone. Let's stick with it. I'll probably do a couple of runs before I finish. I probably won't run on as long as some of the other streams. Oh yes, and you get all the stats as well. So super mods. I haven't unlocked any of those yet. Lots to see and do. It plays well, but I will say, as with a lot of these rogue dungeon games, the fact you always end up dying and starting and over, they tend to be really, really repetitive. And I'm not convinced a lot by rogue dungeon games because a lot of them tend to not necessarily the strongest structure at times. Because basically it seems a way to cheaply put out a game in some respects. So we've got Tolerant. We've got Railgun, Pulse. Let's do the weird tentacle thing. Okay, that... I hope this is incredibly powerful because I have next to no projectile range on this thing. If I can level this up, this will be almost unstoppable, mind. I assume these asteroid sections are kind of a homage to... I have a sort of Cthulhu look here with his old tentacles. Where Cthulhu from sort of H.P. Lovecraft's work. Or the Mind Frailers as they got renamed in Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, this is not a weapon you're going to be using at distance. Temporal shield, okay. I haven't done a temporal one before, so... Okay, yeah, so... The plus side, not much actually going to penetrate the front with this attack, but I have next to no radius. Trigger body spectre, so I cloak if I don't move. Certainly these different weapons allow you to play very differently with each. So I'm definitely noticing how I'm playing in each of these playthroughs is very different because of these upgrades. There's a lot of good upgrades here. So it feels very different with how you play each. game, you can really build your ship very interestingly. And if you like a particular setup, because you can re-roll, and because they seem to crop up pretty, so I can change my gear pretty quickly if I want to change my body, my weapon, or my so basically the change gear allows you to change the body, the type of body, your shield or your weapon. So the first 3 level ups are always body, shield and weapon, but you'll be able to change them pretty quickly, whereas these later ones... Yes, the bigger the Cthulhu tendrils, the better. I want them to be bigger and more powerful. Music's very atmospheric again, much like the one we were looking at last night. Very relaxing again. It kind of suits it. Gives you the ambient feel. Not sort of... I suppose it's got a bit of... I suppose disco? Techno, that type of it. But it's not... It's still quite relaxed. I think with this one I'm definitely going to need all the allies and drones. On the plus side, because this is a stealth ship, I can do a lot of damage very quickly if I get up to them. Keyword. Oh, technically this guy's actually a boss. Oh. I was going to say, I wasn't really paying attention to some of the enemies. I think most of the enemies have health bars. Okay, I need better shield regen on this one. This one's doesn't regen as it goes along. It regens when it Plus, like, this gun doesn't run out, so I can just fire it constantly, but if I want to stealth and get that bonus... Eek, 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 eek. The singularity seems to do a lot of damage. I don't think... Interesting when we get to the next boss. How much damage my shots do. Okay, here comes this boss. How much damage do the tentacles do? Or how much better am I flying around with the stealth ship? I think should be. Oh well. That was going to be a record time until... Never mind. Actually, quite like the danger zone one. Okay, let's pick a different ship and a different weapon again. I think the shields... I might have had all three shields, actually. Let's try grenade. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. This would have probably suited the stealth ship more, actually. Targeted assault. This reminds me of a bit like Missile Commander, this weapon with the explosion radius. Really harking it back to the games of old into Night Stream. Well, it's always worth looking at games from all eras because there's just things from every era you can always learn. Even if you go back to the very early games, there's always things you'll pick up about why they were so popular, so addictive. And it's good to always look at what the early games did, because they got crowds, hundreds of people standing around them in an arcade for a reason, so we do remember that. Shockwave. I don't think I've had the Shockwave one. So Spectre, Engineer Leviathan. Okay, so can I... This is going to be very interesting. I'm a dragon that effectively breathes... And that said crash damage, so how much crash damage do I actually do? And I get bigger as I level up, so this is going to get technically... Right, rate of fire, yes. Singularity detected. What was singularity early on this playthrough? Eat. Does that throw you ahead, the singularities? Do you miss waves if you hit one? Actually, that projectile increase one might be quite a good thing on grenades, because if that increases the blast radius overall, it might actually be a buff largely. I must admit, a lot of these indie games do use this fluorescent colour scheme. Projectile size, weapon damage, blast radius, yes, magnitude. That's what I like. If I don't like the power-ups, I can always re-roll them. I see, so that it pushes the shots away, doesn't it? Okay, so the shield actually works quite well with the dragon. Okay, let's risk that one and see what that does. Ah, yes, so that's actually... So although that reduces my damage and everything, because the combination of these means I basically fire a much bigger array of bombs. So but sometimes the trade-offs and disadvantages are worth it, because in the so I've got more damage. I'm literally basically going to fire a wall of bombs at everything, so I'm probably not going to miss everything. So some weapons, the negs for certain weapons are going to be really disadvantaged. Something like this. Okay, that just blew him up. Risky one, rate of fire. Firing array. Okay, so this, I think I'm gonna have a big, yeah. So actually, that gives me. Only downside is that slowed my rate of fire further, but the size of the volley means. Right. Okay, so that weapon combination really did. So we've been a carrier that's quite nice, the combination. We've been a carrier. Yeah, this one's definitely destroying enemies a lot. I basically had one setup that was a carrier that... Okay, this thing is absolutely devastating. So I basically had one setup that gave me a carrier. One setup that gave me a ship that flew around quickly firing rockets. The last setup, we had a stealth ship, and this setup we have a dragon that spews bombs everywhere. Deadly Wake. Okay, yep, unlocks blink. I see, so... Oh, I've actually got charge shot now. Okay, so yeah, that charge shot benefits me even a bit more, because that means I can further increase my power with this dragon. So I'm literally a dragon that leaves a burning tail and can now fire almighty Dragon Ball bombs. And my shield is the one that pushes everything out of the touch, so it avoids things getting close to it. The only downside is, like I said, my dragon is definitely getting bigger the more I level up. I crashed my dragon into a... I lost my dragon. I'm kind of heartbroken there. That was getting quite good. That combo was really... Never mind. Okay, what's the time now? Okay, I'll do at least one more. Should go for the total. Let's do the keep them all on. Danger zone. So I'll go for another set of power-ups as well, or different to the last ones. Although I'm kind of I think there's still a few good weapons and layouts. I think I've used up quite a few now, though. Pulse, thermal. Okay, the other pulse one looks similar to... Let's do... Ah, this one really would have been like a dragon's breath if I'd had it. So I wouldn't really want the charge shot with this one. This one... I really want range and damage. Let's go with amp, because that's going to boost my damage. The warp one might be a little bit... Okay, just avoid that. Let's do the assault body, and let's do magnitude. Especially like a combat fighter. Probably fits this breath quite well because the assault body increases the damage of it. Basically, knowing what abilities works with certain abilities will certainly make for better ships. Okay, so... This thing is literally melting enemies. Right, I need to... 15%. Maelstrom. Maelstrom, I think it is actually. I should know that, seeing as one of the games I actually worked on had a stage called Maelstrom. I feel like I'm a cutting tool this time round, just flying around and just gently cutting everything. Yeah, you have the left-right turning angle. It's quite simplistic control. So you've got left, right, shoot and thrust. So Okay, I'm probably going to give myself some assisting fighters this time around. I see, I didn't notice that before. Left, right to trigger. I wasn't aware of how the build options actually worked. I think because perhaps it should be a bit more how it notifies you. Okay, that reroll. I wonder if I need spread to increase the range more. As always guys, if you like the stream, please do consider hitting the like button, and if you enjoy our content, please do consider velocity weapon damage. Transmogrification. Let's take a twin shot. I see, that gives me more additional spreads coming out. As long as the damage isn't affected, I think this one's going to be quite a good one to... Rampage. So rampage means I'm constantly moving. That's not a bad problem. If anything in a game like this, you don't really want to... Although it might make some of the more flying around the centre of that boss a bit trickier. Ooh. Take that one. I actually feel like I need some shield upgrades now with this ship. never have enough damage. Faster shield cooldown. Yep. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so this one might be a bit tricky to fly through, seeing as I have Rampage on. Okay, that was a little close for comfort. He says as he gets blown up, yes, Rampage. Okay, I think I'll do one more run and then I will call it a day, because I think this is definitely one that there is supposedly, I think, a story mode coming, so I'll definitely have a look at that once that's actually been released next week. Comes out the 27th, so that is... I think that's next Monday. So we had the railgun, flak or split shot. Let's have flak this time. We've had all of them, so I've had assault, I've had spectre. I'll do carrier again for now, but I'll change if another one comes available. Gain 5 levels. Why not? How's she done, the engineer? Let's go for the engineers and let's actually work on a constructor build. So you can stabilise with down thrust. Okay. Okay, that's handy to know. So that means I can... Okay, flak definitely gives me controlled targeting of everything. Especially like a shotgun, really. Downside is I have killed all the re-rolls I can get for this run because I used that mod that basically killed all my re-rolls, so I can't re-roll anything. So I've got to take whatever I get. I see. I can deploy. I didn't quite get how mines work. Now I see. So up. And basically can deploy mines. That's a very good mod, double tap. Oh well, yeah, that really benefits. I can now deploy a whole field of mines as well. Ah, finally drones and Now the question is, at what wave is the final wave? What's wave 40? It's this. Okay, this is going to do a lot of damage if I can get into the centre. So let's not take Rampage, that makes things a bit hard. You have no shield. Whole strength. I'm going to take Retribution. I got a controlled thrust as well, so that was a bit close. Rapid fire, that's always good. Probably do a bit more health now, that I will say. Nice deployment of the bombs there. Yeah, payload, I think. I'm going to have to take that. Or do I want charge shot? Okay, let's go drone that. Tarnation, he got me again. Challenge mode unlocked enemy territory. Okay. That was my best score of the night, so that's my 6th run now. It's time now. As always, if you're enjoying this stream, please do consider hitting that like button, much appreciated. It's about an hour and a half now. I think I've probably shown enough of this game now, seeing as there's not a huge amount of content, so I think I might take an early stream night tonight, or at least the sort of normal ones. I originally said I'd stream for about an hour on most games, but I think lately we've been doing a lot of retro games. I've been streaming for quite a bit more, but I think tonight, I think I've probably shown enough of Novadrift on Steam. As I said, it's coming out on the 27th, but it is already available to buy in early access if you want to play it now. This is the early access version. There's supposedly going to be additional features coming out in the full version. So also thanks again to the publisher Pixeljam for allowing us to look at Novadrift, who kindly provided us with a Steam key. I think overall it's a good title. It has got that, it's got like very much, if you like Asteroids, those type of classic inertia arcade games, even if you like something like Armada, which I reviewed ages back. Not that I was a big fan of Armada, but this is quite a nice title. If you like the type of things, and Fusion Genesis as well, which is a really nice space action advantage. Although Fusion Genesis is a much more in-depth game than this, and definitely a better game, but this is a much more simpler title, so they don't really compare too closely. But this is more sort of old school arcade shooter. It's very well produced, it's very well made, the music's very atmospheric, and overall I think it's a nice title. You know exactly what you're getting with this type of thing. It's basically leveling up and getting the power-ups, and how far can you get. I don't know, I assume there's probably about 100 waves or something. I don't know how many waves there are once you get to the end, and then it just carries on going. But it's nice to see, it's been nice to look at. Certainly worth a pick up if you're interested in this type of game. So it's available, as I said, now. So if you do want to pick it up, do so from, it's available from Steam. And I'll just actually jump in, just actually look at how many power-ups it actually unlocks. So unlocks features. Okay, so 4 challenge modes. I've only got the 4 gear yet. No super mods. I've also got all the wild mods. Okay, so I've got actually seen quite a bit of this game. We've got some mod trees, so unlocked a few of them. So yes, it's been a very solid and enjoyable title. You've got the additional reroll features, and I'll show you how many extra rerolls. You upgrade, yeah, I think I've gained quite a few rerolls. High cargo, I see. Train to pier now, I see. So basically you add in, yes, there's 2 more additional features. Challenge modes. Yes, so overall Novadrift's quite a nice game. As I said, if you're a fan of this type of old school arcade game, you can play it now, and it'll be officially released on the 27th at the minute. I'll definitely probably do a video of it again when the official version comes out, and actually, or the final version, and see what they've added in, maybe cover some of the content that's not available in this version. But that's it from me. I'm going to finish for the night. Thank you all if you enjoyed the stream. As always, if you do enjoy our content here at Randomised Gaming, please do consider hitting that like button. I've been your host for this Randomised Gaming stream, Random Gamer Riven, and if you enjoy our content, please do consider subscribing to the channel. That's it from me tonight. I'll be back Thursday, where I'll be looking at Dandy Ace. I haven't got a video. We've just put out a video today on Knights of Valor. I've got the 6th and the 7th part to come for that, but I might do. There are a few things I'd quite like to cover, so I might do something on. There's a few interesting announcements, so I do want to cover some stuff recently that's going on in the world of gaming. But that's it from me then tonight. I hope you enjoyed this stream, this look at Novadrift. Thank you all for watching. I have been your host, Random Gamer Ribbon, and I wish you a good night, a good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. That's it from me, and I'll see you soon.